And action. Get chopped. Welcome to my channel, Evo Effect. Named because, well, I like Evos. I have multiple Evos currently. I've had several others in the past. Currently I have 2 Evo 10s. I've had another Evo 10, all of them GSR 5 speeds. And I've had one 2005 Evo 8, which I miss dearly to this day. I wish I never got rid of it. Anyways, I currently have this fully built 2010 Evo 10 GSR, which we'll get into another day, ironically, because my first video for the channel is for this, the 2024 IS500. I ordered a RR Racing catback for it, so in the meantime, waiting for it to get delivered, I'm just going to remove the existing exhaust, so that's what today's video is going to be. Just removing the factory exhaust, that's all. So keep things simple today. And then here's the other Evo 10 I currently have, which is 2015 GSR bone stock. We'll get into the Evos another day, I suppose. But to get things going today, I gotta pull this one out. So start things off with a cold start for the boys. Oh, I need keys. That would help. Get this out of the way so we can get the IS500 in the middle of the garage. I don't know why my V1's in there. Start real quick before I get into the Lexus. You won't even be able to hear the exhaust on the Lexus right now. The OEM exhaust is way too quiet, which is why I ordered the RR Racing catback for it. But damn, you know when your car just sits so nice and you just gotta sit there and look at it? Love that angle. Chef's kiss, baby. We'll pop the hood on her one day. I'll get into it because there are a couple things I got to do. I do plan on tuning it on E85. Well, it's already on E85 right now. I need flex fuel tune. I'm going to go E-tune with chat. There's a couple of small things I got to get done before I get this thing tuned up with chat. But damn, listen to that nice exhaust. Again, you're not even going to be able to hear this exhaust. It's so damn quiet. So I'm not shutting it right off. Take a look under the hood. There she is, the 2UR GSC motor, 5-liter V8. in broad daylight with their high beams on. Why am I not surprised? I can actually hear the engine now. Like I said, bone stock. And there's the OEM exhaust. Very quiet. Too quiet for this car. Get that exhaust all nice and hot for us. Alright, and through the magic in editing, you don't have to wait the arrival of the new one, which takes about 2 months to ship out. Well, I guess make and then ship out to me, which I ordered a month ago, so probably a good month or so more till I get the actual exhaust delivered to me. Just kidding, I don't know how to edit. I'm an amateur videographer. So here we go. First things first, let's get this thing jacked up off the ground. Alright, let's get some jack stands on there. Anyways, safety first, people. Recently watched a video of some people who have a Mark V Supra doing an exhaust. They use the OEM scissor jack, which, okay, whatever, I guess. But then they use jack stands with no stand on the jack. I didn't really understand. Just didn't seem too safe to me. We don't do a catback here, so if I gotta get up in the front part of the vehicle, I'll just, which it looks like I do. Just drop her down on those stands, gently and carefully, and slowly. Alright, she's on those stands. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to raise that front end up, just looking at it from here. Alright, well, we'll get there when we get there, I suppose. I could probably start off with this rear section first and get these mufflers off, or the axle back off. I suppose on each side I got 2 axle back sections. Doesn't look terribly complicated. And then we got the med pipe resonated section with 2 that's integrated into the pipe. So let's get these 2 mufflers off, which look pretty simple. Got a couple hangers here, right there, right there, and then right there, and right there. And we got a couple flanges to deal with, which I'm going to guess 14 mil. Let's see what happens here. That's alright. Alright, here we go. Lefty loosey, righty tighty, and I was correct on that. Let's just break the bolts. This car has like 200 miles on her, so she's pretty fresh. Eventually I do want to get a lift in here, which would make things a hell of a lot easier when I'm doing stuff like this. But for now, this is all I got, which is more than others have, so I can't complain. I started when I had my little Lancer many years ago in high school and college, just working on my parents' driveway. Now I'm in my own garage, so that's something. That's better than nothing. Let's get these broken. One, and come on, baby. Two. Yeah, I just started wrenching, doing stuff on my own. I always thought of cars like big adult Lego sets. You just take things apart and put them back together, and that's it. And you learn as you go. Make mistakes and learn from them, pretty much. I wonder if I could speed this up with the magic of editing so you guys don't have to watch this part. Eventually I do want to add, hopefully soon, a Mark V Supra, the inline 6 of course, and well, a 6-speed of course. I do want to add a manual Supra to the stable soon. White with black interior. I would love a See You Later gray A91 MT, but these are pretty hard to find or come by, so keep my expectations realistic. Maybe a white 24 or a white 25, who knows. The problem is you gotta find one. I can't really find one these days. It's tough. A little condensation in there. Wonderful. Alright, let's get this other side. I don't know if I have to use any of this hardware or not, but keep it just in case. Now I'm going to keep all my OEM parts, so it's a moot point. There we go. 4 of 4 out. Let's see how we're doing on battery. I don't know. Just yank them off. There's 2, one more right up top. There's 3, and she's free. When we're done, I'll piece it together in this spot here. Damn, it's heavy though. Damn. Whew. One down, one to go for the axle back. Damn, it is heavy. Now you might say I didn't do it before with the exhaust, but really I did, because you can't hear it anyways, even though the Evo was running while I fired this thing up, so it was that quiet. And my father-in-law has a LC500. That thing is loud, bone stock, same motor, but clearly Lexus threw a different exhaust on there, because it sounds nice from factory. Very nice. Alright, what's next? Mid-pipe. I might have to get the front end up a little bit. Let's take a look. That would be a great time to do oil change. I should do the first one. Well, I've been meaning to do the first one soon, even though it has 200 on it. I want to get all that, you know, engine braking, initial oil out of this system with all those fine particles. But I had this up in the air for springs. I did a spring install. It's really not a good jacking point up front here. Well, not a good lift point unless you go in on the unibody near the front subframe. So that's what I'm gonna do. Right there. And we go. Looks pretty good right there. Get another jack. Stand. That's first. Take your side, Alright. So, okay. Maybe what? Not low, so keep it low. Here, because the jack is in the way. That being said, let's go on the front control on there. The rotation point. And we'll set her down on that. And she'll be nice and stable. And safe. Now this build I do plan on keeping relatively OEM plus. So nothing too crazy. Standard stuff. I would like to do ISF brakes, well, RCF calipers I should say, calipers, rotors, oil cooler, trans cooler, so maybe a little more an OEM plus, but I'm not ripping out the motor by any means, so like that Evo 10 over there. Okay, how's that? Ooh. A little faster of a decline than I would have liked, but seems to be holding up perfectly. I'll do a little shake test just to be sure. And actually I might leave the jack just like this. Little insurance policy never hurt. Now let's, first things first, let's get this O2 sensor out of that bung well. I don't know why they do that, man. I really don't. Then we'll get that flange, opposite flange, and I don't think the other O2 sensor has this bung well on there, so let's go get our specialty tool for that. Hot and humid day today out here. Sweating, but that's okay. Let's fit that on there and get this on there. Works like a charm, baby. And just like that, she's out. And a couple laps away. I'm going to rotate this thing out, otherwise Lexus like preventing from threading the O2 sensor. And I'm going to bring all this over the water. There she comes. If I can't even take it off, I don't know. Maybe I have to keep it on there. Why they included that, I have no idea. Now, I think I've seen some people just take a die grinder or a Dremel to that and just tack the thing right off. But since I have the tool and I can't remove it, I might as well just put her back as I found it. So I'm just going to tuck it nicely into there for now, and I'm going to reseat this grommet back up there. Okay, and let's go around to the other side. Oh man, that side does have a bung well. Okay, we'll crawl under the other side and get that one too. Son of a bitch, here we are. Bung well. This tool though. Okay, so my GoPro just shut off. This is my first time filming anything, because it said it was too hot. If anybody knows how to avoid the GoPro shutting off from normal use because it's too hot, let me know. I'm using 1080p settings, maybe 120 FPS, nothing crazy. So I got a fresh battery in there, see what happens. And as we were right here on the driver's side O2 bung on the 4, or no, this is secondary O2 sensor after the primary cats. And just like that, she's loose. And so How nice. They include anti-seize on the threads from factory. I don't have to reapply anti-seize. I'm just going to tuck it under there just like that. Redo the grommet on the floorboard. And this one's all set. Perfect. Alright. Now it looks like we got... Oh, that is hot. Okay. 2 bolts here on that flange, 2 bolts on that flange. If we can get, I might have to take that brace off. And that looks like it. Just a couple hangers holding this mid pipe up, and this brace in the way, and we should be good to go. So one thing at a time here. Let's start with this brace. Let me just see what size it is. I'm gonna not move this jack stand. It's apparently still loose. Not sure how. Ugh. Stick with the 14 mil theme here. Nope, it's a 12. Alright, so I'm gonna get a 12 out here. Somehow get this brace down. Not really too sure how to get the brace out. Looks like I gotta take out some of this paneling. I mean, I appreciate it, Lexus, I do, but damn, I'm just trying to get one thing off, man. That's all. There's some fasteners back here under here that are hidden that I just can't see, but I know are probably under there. So let's get cracking on this paneling, and then we can get the remaining bolts exposed and removed. Get my panel removal clip, maybe a 10 mil for this nut here, or bolt I should say. Looks like an 8 mil for these two. It's only 8, 10, and a 12. You want time? 253. That's bad. 8, 10, 12. Slow that. Here you go. Okay. Alright, the panel is right there, right. Panel removal. Let's see, get over here. That's a strange looking. Was it threaded in there or something? Yep, I just gotta unthread them. Okay. So that's strange. There's a lot of stuff I gotta take off just to get this panel off. Jesus. Let's get a big, chunky flathead to get these strange looking plastic screw things off. Instead of a flathead, actually, let's use a little one of these babies. It's chunky enough. And just like that, here she comes. Having a tough time with that last clip there, Jesus. Set a needle nose. Do the trick. At this point, I'm just gonna fucking pry it off. We'll bleed that part out. Okay, and she's free. Oh my god. Plastic nuts are not supposed to come out, so they do just kind of snap in there. Yep. There we go. Alright. So per panel, at least on this driver's side, you got 1, 2, 3, 4 metal screws, 10 millimeter, 1 little push clip, easy to get, 2 of these, but the other one's actually on here. Man, I don't know why that's such a pain to get off. It's like almost like a rivet, plastic rivet type deal. I don't know how to reset this, if you even can reset it. I'm trying to reinstall, because that looks like a rivet if I've ever seen one. It kind of like crushes in on itself. Yeah, that might be a one-time deal, so I'll get a couple of these from the dealer. Yeah, that's some sort of plastic rivet insert or something, so probably 4 of these total I'll need again. And this is all to expose that one brace underneath so that we can get this midsection out. Alright, so yeah, I definitely needed to get that out because it obstructed 2 additional fasteners from view and this spinny thing. So let's get going on that other side. Maybe I'll be able to salvage that one, pop that one back in, who knows. Slide that over for now. Alright. Brace is exposed. Now we can get this brace out. And then get this midsection out. And we're done until our racing catback shows up. Not much more else we can do here. So, let's get our 12 mil loaded up. One nut, 1 bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts, 4 bolts, 5 bolts, 6 bolts. And the second nut, she is definitely loose, but these little plastic threaded nutsert things are hanging on still, so let's get that chisel deal over here and undo those. Note to self, they push back up if you put any pressure on them. Unthread them as much as you can while keeping a constant downwards pressure, and it should come out theoretically. Maybe. Hey, well, it happened again. GoPro overheated, so I slapped a new battery in there. I don't think it's the batteries themselves. I think it's the GoPro itself getting hot. Not, well, from the battery, I guess, or the processor. But again, anybody knows how to counteract this, please let me know. Anyways, didn't miss much. All I did was get this metal brace off. mid-length of the underside of the chassis. Word of advice, when you're getting these off, these white pieces, parts of this plastic screw assembly are going to want to stay on the stud that they're threading onto. Just stick your pry bar or pry tool, whatever, in here and pry it out from the underside of the chassis from here. Do not pry from under here because you will snap or break partially, best case like I did, the underside of this fastener. So get in here and pry from here between the chassis and the top surface of this inner plastic washer part, and you'll be good. Anyways, brace is off. The exhaust is now exposed entirely. Well, the midsection is. So now we have flange bolts and rubber hangers, and that's it, man. Let's get these flange bolts off. I believe they're still 14mm. Same with the axle back section. The Lucy. Go from the side, even though that's the turn down on that. Not really supposed to. I need a 4G on the backside just to hold it. Let's do one of these curvy things. See how that works out. I rarely use them. Interesting. No lock washers on here. Just a flanged nut with some sort of split down the middle of the end. Just one down, 3 to go, baby. 3 to go. We're gonna raise this thing up. Right now, we're gonna make it work like this. No, not. You gotta stick right on the back. Second fastener removed. Passenger side pipe moving to driver's side. Let's head on over. Bolt number 3 removed. One more to go. Well then, I guess there are no hangers, boys and girls. Mid pipe is apparently off after you remove all 4 flange bolts. Good to know. Let's scoot this thing out and start this baby up. That's it. Moving these things. That was a surprise for sure. Did not expect that. I thought for sure this was on at least a couple hangers. Ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Whew. The catback system for an IS500 in its glory. OEM, of course. Let's fire this thing up. It's the only thing left to do this justice before we install the RR Racing catback. See how she sounds. Nice little IS500 splash screen animation. Here we go. Oh, the brake light. Now that is a proper V8. Little on the raspy end, but the RR Racing catback for the most part is open, and we'll tone that right up, crisp it right up a little bit. But damn, that is the volume I'm going for, so let's give her a couple revs and then we'll turn her off before we smoke ourselves out. Oh yeah, baby. Oh yeah. Alright, shut her down. And ladies and gentlemen, for my Evo channel, appreciate you watching my first ever video and the first episode of the IS500 series. You know, I should have started this when I did the springs. You missed the spring install. You missed my little vacuum flapper removal line mod. It ain't much. I got a K&N filter in there too. I did get a nice negative terminal cover, OEM of course, because for whatever reason there isn't one from factory. But other than the springs, you really didn't miss much. So from here on out, I'll be documenting everything. And until next time, you'll see me when the RR Racing catback shows up in all its glory. And then of course, we'll get this thing ready for flex field tunage by Chet and have some fun with that. So, till next time, thank you for watching.